to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Rockets in Houston. Taking a look at the Rockets, they got their season rolling with a nice win in their first game. Now we'll find out if they can build on it and open with back-to-back victories. And guys, the fans always enjoy hearing stories from your playing days.
Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against Denver, and they barely squeaked by with that one, edging out by just 1 point.
And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to say whether or not defensively you were on your game, but bottom line is their opponent didn't shoot it well, and you got to take some of the credit from a defensive standpoint.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, it's all about the results, right? And if you can limit open looks, sometimes you can get into an opponent's head. So even when they do spring free, they lack the confidence, or at least are distracted and aren't able to knock those shots down.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, and it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Here's Smith. He's checked in for the Warriors. On defense, Golden State, 4-point game. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And what a luxury when you have depth. I mean, a lot of their scoring in that win came from their reserves. And make no mistake, they carried the load for that team.
Without question, the starters can't do it all game long. You need that help from the reserves, and they got it in that one.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And here's Beasley after the three-pointer from Andre Iguodala. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Beverly, and an air ball on that one. Way off. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
And it's slammed in by Smith.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen. A double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch. That's painful.
Now, here is Harden, stolen by Thompson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the jam by Andre Iguodala.
Ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
Curry's checked in for Smith. Knocks it loose.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. Beverly against Thompson. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, and again, it's the Warriors missing.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor. And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. Some changes for Golden State. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Barbosa. And Ian Clark subbed in for Steph Curry. And Rush with a clear path to the hoop. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Beverly kicks to Howard. Here's Capella. Misses off the right iron.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Ariza against Iguodala. Two on none. No one back to stop this. Moving it up. Pass to Rush. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. And the Warriors get it back. Ezeli dishes to Clark. It's stolen by Ariza. Rockets trail by 16. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot blocking defenses from last season. Second, the Warriors.
They've got a number of guys that can deny you when you take that ball inside. That's why they're one of the best shot blocking teams in the league. At least they were last year, because they worked well together and they made it a priority.
Here's Ezeli looking for his first basket still in this one. To the right side. Spates kicks to Clark. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Monty Eunice is checked in for Dwight Howard. Golden State also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Ezeli. Robert Covington comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Ish Smith in for Ian Clark. Smith against Beverly. Poked away. Here's the floater. That is good.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
Harden. The shot is off. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort strut.
And we're 5-6 feet outside that three.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look for Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this Splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. And that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Monty Eunice out there with Brewer, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. Jones checked in for Capella. Andre Iguodala, he's checked in for the Warriors.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Curry's got his second bucket tonight.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about him. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Ish Smith, he's checked in for Golden State. Curry outside. Warriors the rebound. The tray. And that one's good. Curry's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Warriors.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Bogut. Here's the break. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Green slams it in.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Easy offense. Excellent work that time.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
Beverly against Curry. Steps back and fires. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, I tell you what, getting out in transition has really been a big part of this run they're on now.
And the best way to pile up points in a hurry, just run and get your buckets before the defense can get set.
Fueling their offense by forcing turnovers. That's what's taking place right now, guys.
Yeah, extra possessions really invaluable, and they've converted those possessions into points.
Curry with the steal. And pushing it up is Golden State Warriors again in transition. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Brewer kicks to Beverly. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. 3rd is Stephen Curry. 4th, Klay Thompson.
What shooting we saw from them all season. I mean, I'd love to see these guys in a game of horse. They'd probably be draining shots from midcourt.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And here we go with Barbosa heading to the hoop. Up top, Spates, defended by Jones. Spates against Jones. And another basket for Golden State.
And there it is again. They get careless with the basketball, and immediately it costs them.
Yeah, that's been the pattern, guys. I mean, their turnovers not only killing their offensive flow, but fueling the fire at the other end. That's a losing combo.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Rockets. And Beverly kicks to Harden to end the run. And it's Spates with the rebound.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out. Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen by Harden. Got a piece of it. Inside. He dishes it to Beverly. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. And if carrying the team during the regular season or Harden down, Greg, you're talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
Houston making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Offensive rebound. Here's Covington, and it's Golden State with another.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. Another three for Golden State.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Here's Azili. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Beverly, the pass to Beasley. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover. "19 seconds left in the second quarter.
Here's Rush, guarded by Harden. Rush dishes to Thompson. Pass to Varejao. Stolen by Beverly. Shot is off. And so a pretty lot.
Thank you, Kevin. Steph.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be taking a look back at the first half of basketball. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 16 points, 3 assists, and also 8 steals. Coming off a great performance last game, tonight he looked like he had that same aggressive mindset. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor at the offensive end. Their spacing has been fantastic, and the end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, they run into a very hot shooting team tonight, fellas. When you combine a hot shooting team with the weak defense they've been playing, you're going to get crushed. I hope coach is coming down hard on them right now because they can't keep giving up so many open looks. What are you doing?
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. 16 points and also 8 steals. Some effective offense making passes, and he's also been hitting from deep with the 3-ball.
And Clark, he's got the hot shooting. That is a deadly combination.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. And it's Iguodala in at the 3. Pulls up. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here.
Feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd. That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
It's stolen by Curry. And now Bogut running the floor all by himself.
And all of a sudden you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting up and at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
It's pretty simple, guys. It's not complicated. The solution to ending this run will be to get back and actually be serious about playing some defense here.
Yeah, they're getting beat down the floor. And really, unless you're going to the glass, you have got to sprint back defensively.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other behind its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
And for Stephen Curry, a value contract, but a growing list of endorsements. One of the top-selling jerseys in the league, his signature shoe deal. He's doing all right.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about it. He's got a Bible quotation on his wrist that says, "Love never fails." And that's how he approaches the game, with a true love and faith that his hard work is going to pay off.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline. This is crazy. Every shot they're taking right now is finding the mark.
Literally every shot, partner. I mean, they just aren't missing.
They double-team Curry. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
And the Rockets making a change here. Smith is checked in. And then for Golden State, Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Ish Smith in for Curry. They get it again. Barbosa. And he banks in the layup. Barbosa's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
It's taken away by Smith. Oh, and here comes Smith all alone.
How nice was that alley-oop? Those two really have a good connection.
Yeah, read each other so well. It's a play I'm sure, Clark, they love to run.
And as a receiver, though, he doesn't necessarily feel the need to go for that monster finish. Just the nice little silky smooth layup.
It's taken away by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Smith kicks to Harden. And there's the pass to Howard. Dishes it to Smith. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Michael Beasley. Different look here for the Warriors. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Bogut. Festus Ezeli comes in for Draymond Green. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And Ian Clark subbed in for Ish Smith. Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Harden against Barbosa. Harden the pass to Capella. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Smith sets the pick for Harden. To the inside. They get a hand on it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Barbosa. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor, 7 for 7.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Rush has got his second basket of the game. The dish to Harden. He feeds it to Smith. That one's off, still out of sync.
That's clearly a lack of composure going up for that shot. I mean, we've seen it happen to him before.
Here's Rush. And it would have counted had it.
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Terry. Terry is out there with Corey Brewer. Then there's Terrence Jones. Then it's Smith. And it's Decker in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And it's Terry off the drive. 6 on the shot clock. Doubled by Smith. Decker dishes to Jones. From the arc. The shot is off. And Golden State will go the other way with it.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it. And that's critical. You can shoot a lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Smith. On the wing, Brewer. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now. The jump hook. And it's Spates with the rebound. Spates has got his 3rd rebound tonight. From downtown. And it's Stephen Curry. Got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Warriors.
Oh. Check those ankles. He's just left of the
highlight and a half, guys, or a highlight plus. Anytime you shake a guy out of his shoes like that, it's going to make the rounds for sure.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. And now here comes Terry leading the break. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Spates kicks to Curry. The drive by Smith. Terry. And Curry pulls it down.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount. That's another fast break score against them, and they just aren't getting back on D in transition. They've got to sprint back and find the ball.
Guys, they're getting caught flat-footed here, and if you're the coaching staff, you've got to get in their ear right now.
They recover it, and they'll keep possession. Here's Jones. They shoot again. Shot by Terry, no good. The Warriors shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. Fires, high post, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And that's now 33 points for Steph Curry.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And it's Terry off the drive. Now, here's Decker. D right on him. Smith with a wide open look. Another miss by Houston.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Curry against Terry. There's the pick. Smith the pass to Brewer. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last three ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Spates sets a screen. Off the screen. No good off the front iron.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Terry dishes to Smith. Baseline J on the way. Smith missing again.
He's been an absolute non-factor. Zero factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Curry against Jones.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside Curry. Just 5 to shoot. And now Terry pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Decker gets the bucket.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Warriors have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Azili kicks to Curry. And it's off from three-point range. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Smith's running. And the shot is good.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Stephen Curry. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
They grabbed their own miss. That's a 2 from Smith, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be, he's not making that one.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Brewer. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's rush outside. Spates inside, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
3 seconds.
Now Brewer. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. You were all over the place tonight, getting it done for your team. How do you prepare for this next game?
It's tough, but, you know, for me, I got fresh young legs, not playing heavy minutes, so I'm excited. And they got us in their place, but, you know, we're looking for redemption.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
He was up to every single challenge.
Hone your skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room. Yeah, you in the danger room. Come on now.
that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, Bernie Johnson. Have a great
we on time. Hey, now you